New today, President Joe Biden's administration is scaling back eligibility for its student loan forgiveness plan. Around 770,000 people will be affected by this change. The debate over the program remains fierce as Republicans ramp up legal efforts to stop it from taking effect. Emily Schmidt joins us live now from Washington, D.C. to explain who no longer qualifies. Emily?
Hi, Leah. You talk about those 770,000 people. Here's how much money on the line for them. Up to $10,000 in loan forgiveness for some of them, up to $20,000 for Pell Grant recipients. It all depends on what their income status is now. These are people who thought that they had made the cut. Now they're worried they may be left out in the cold.
It did not resonate, like how much the payments would be once I graduated.
Brittany Williams is a doctoral student with $80,000 in debt. She's one of thousands waiting for President Joe Biden's administration to roll out the first wave of student loan forgiveness next month.
There's more work to be done.
But instead of doing more, the administration is actually scaling back eligibility. Borrowers whose federal student loans are guaranteed by the government but held by private lenders will no longer qualify.
Good morning.
The scale back announced the same day 6 Republican-led states sued President Joe Biden in an effort to block the ban.
In reality, the president's actions violate the law and are beyond his authority.
The White House continues to argue that its student loan forgiveness plan is legal prior to the changes. The Congressional Budget Office released a very rough estimate stating Biden's plan could cost the government $400 billion.
Our nation's finances are less secure because of the student loan bailout.
For Williams, debt forgiveness presents a chance to put money back in the economy.
We're postponing marriages. We're postponing, having children. We're postponing owning our own homes because the weight of the student loan debt is just so much.
So is there any hope, any window of hope for people who are impacted by this policy decision change? The Department of Education says it is assessing to see if there are any alternate pathways available. But right now, Leah, no ideas about what those alternate pathways could even be.
And Emily, there are a lot of moving parts to this, from the courts to Congress. What else has been happening in the background?
Yeah, it's a lot to follow, not only just those lawsuits that we talked about, but last week in Congress, there was a bill that would pass that was basically saying, listen, if you had separate student loans and gotten married and combined those together and then gotten divorced, they were saying you could once again separate those. That was hoping that more people would be able to qualify for student loan forgiveness. You just see from just that one example how complicated this is, how real life is really making this very difficult to sort out in so many ways. Leah.
Emily Schmidt, live from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much, Emily.